The Tuatha de Danann, the tribe that fought against the Anunnaki. The Irish mythology says this. It said that Tuatha de Danann is a race of kings descended from the heavens to the ancient pre-Celtic culture. These tall and bright creatures brought with them the secret knowledge of the gods. And while the Tuatha represents a caste of Irish elemental beings, there are also accounts of them as conquerors of flesh and blood of the Fir Bolg, one of the ancient races that inhabited Ireland. Tuatha de Danann translates roughly but inaccurately as peoples or children of the goddess Danu. Tuatha de Danann are often referred to as simply as Tuatha or Tua or Tuatha de, which is also used in the early Irish Christian texts as a name for the Israelite diaspora, which in itself is an interesting historical story. Danu has also become Anu. The reference, if not obvious, creates an interesting link between Israel and ancient Mesopotamian mythologies. According to Lebor Gabala Aaron, the Book of the Taking of Ireland, a loose collection of prose, poems, and narratives, tells the mythical origins and history of the Irish from the creation of the world until the Middle Ages. The Tuatha descended to Ireland in dark clouds and landed in the mountains of Con Maithne, Rain in Connacht, bringing a darkness over the sun for 3 days and 3 nights. Another version of the story, less impregnated with the haze of legend, the Tuatha were invaders of flesh and blood, disembarking in a fleet of maritime vessels on the banks of what is now Connemara Island, Ireland, and as if to seal their resolution, they burned all their ships so as not to have any way of withdrawal. And it's said that the rising smoke from the fires is the basis of the myth that tells its arrival in the smoke from the sky. After a series of wars, it's said that the mythical Tuatha de Danann were defeated and subsequently retreated to the Hollow Hills, becoming known as the Elvish people of the Celtic tradition. It's interesting to note that Elven's prefix El is a derivative of the ancient Sumerian Elil and the Hebrew Elohim. Both appear proper pronouns for the names of the gods. But there is a surprisingly recognizable similarity between the mythological Tuatha de Danann and the Nephilim, since they appear to be etymological descendants in the transmission of religious thought. Elil and Ea were the linguistic predecessors of Elohim and Yahweh. It's also interesting to note that the Danann Tuatha are the basis of all the tall, elegant, and bright people of J.R.R. Tolkien. Tuatha de Danann, Danita's tribe Dan, and their link with the dragon lords, the Anunnaki, and the serpent, are these simply word similarity, or are the coincidences too big to ignore? And this is by Anshu Vastava, Infinity Explorers. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. My Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.